The truck screeched to a halt, and a tall figure stepped out, silhouetted against the lights. "What's going on here?" The man called out, his voice authoritative. The bikers exchanged wary glances, clearly recognizing him. Sarah and Maya could feel this shift in energy, but they had no idea who this stranger was, or why the bikers suddenly seemed nervous. The lead biker hesitated, his confidence wavering as the stranger stepped closer. The man's voice cut through the tension. "I suggest you leave these ladies alone." Now, his calm demeanor carried a quiet authority that made the bikers shift uncomfortably. For a moment, it seemed like they might back down. But the leader wasn't ready to give up. "This isn't your business," he growled, stepping forward. The stranger tilted his head, revealing a badge clipped to his belt. "It is now," he said evenly. The bikers froze. Their bravado crumbled as the reality of the situation sank in. Without another word, they backed away, mounting their bikes and roaring off into the night. Relief flooded through Sarah and Maya, but the stranger wasn't done. He turned to them, his face unreadable. "You two have been making a lot of noise tonight. Someone's bound to notice." His cryptic words sent a chill down their spines. Who was he, really? And why did it feel like their troubles weren't over yet? As he walked back to his truck, the glow of his taillights disappeared into the darkness, leaving Sarah and Maya alone once more. They glanced at each other, the silence heavy. The road stretched ahead, but the feeling of being watched lingered, raising the question. Had they truly escaped danger, or just stepped into something deeper? As the bikers disappeared into the night, Sarah and Maya sat in the car, trying to steady their breathing. The stranger's warning echoed in their minds, unsettling but cryptic. They didn't know who he was or why he intervened, but his timing had been their lifeline. Driving back onto the highway, the silence between them spoke volumes. "We're okay," Sarah finally said, her voice shaky but resolute. Maya nodded, gripping the door handle as if grounding herself. "Yeah, but that was close. Too close." They pulled into the next town, the safety of streetlights and bustling diners a welcome sight. Over coffee at a roadside cafe, they reflected on the night's events. "Guess you never know who's watching," Maya said, a faint smile breaking the tension. Sarah nodded, vowing to stay cautious moving forward. At a deserted gas station on the outskirts of town, two women find themselves confronted by a group of menacing bikers. It starts with a glance, a muttered remark, then escalates into a tense standoff. Sarah and Maya, friends on a road trip, are outnumbered but undeterred. With grit and determination, they stand their ground, refusing to be intimidated. The air crackles with tension as insults fly and egos clash. Sarah, the quick-witted strategist, tries to diffuse the situation while Maya, a martial arts enthusiast, quietly prepares for any threat. Just when it seems a brawl is inevitable, a siren wails in the distance, interrupting the showdown. The bikers hesitate, sensing trouble, leaving Sarah and Maya with a lingering sense of unease. What happens next will test their courage and resolve as they navigate through unexpected challenges on their journey. As the bikers reluctantly mounted their roaring motorcycles and sped off, Sarah and Maya exchanged a look, their hearts still pounding. The distant siren faded, leaving an eerie silence in its wake. Sarah tightened her grip on the gas pump, her mind racing. Who were they? Maya whispered, her voice low but steady. Sarah shrugged, trying to mask her unease. Trouble. Let's get out of here. They hurriedly filled up their car and drove off, the road stretching endlessly ahead. The events at the gas station replayed in their minds. Maya couldn't shake the feeling that something about the bikers felt oddly deliberate, like they were looking for more than a random target. Sarah, ever the logical thinker, dismissed it as coincidence. But as they drove on, headlights appeared in the rearview mirror, following them a little too closely. The car's interior grew heavy with silence as the headlights behind them seemed to inch closer. Maya glanced over her shoulder, her unease growing. "They've been following us for miles, Sarah," she said, her voice tight. Sarah's grip on the steering wheel tightened, her eyes flicking between the road and the mirror. "Probably just headed the same way," she muttered, though the tremor in her voice betrayed her calm facade. The night grew darker, the highway emptier. Suddenly, the headlights veered into the next lane, pulling up beside them. Maya's stomach dropped as she recognized the leather vests and smug faces of the bikers. They weren't just following, they were toying with them. One of the bikers signaled for them to pull over, his grin sharp and unsettling. "Keep driving," Maya urged, her pulse racing. But the bikers weren't giving up that easily. The car surged forward as Sarah pressed her foot harder on the gas, her heart pounding like a drum. The bikers weren't backing off. Instead, they flanked the car, engines growling like predators closing in on their prey. Maya clenched her fists, her mind racing for a plan. "We can't outrun them forever," she said, her voice trembling but firm. One of the bikers swerved dangerously close, his hand slapping the passenger side window. "Pull over," he shouted, his voice cutting through the roar of the engines. Sarah didn't respond, her focus locked on the winding road ahead. But the bikers weren't playing anymore. One suddenly sped ahead, blocking the road, while the others closed in behind them. The car skidded to a stop, headlights illuminating the lone figure standing in their path. Sarah and Maya exchanged a terrified glance, the weight of the situation pressing down on them. The bikers surrounded the car, their shadows stretching long in the dim light. Trapped and outnumbered, they had no choice but to face whatever was coming. As Sarah and Maya sat frozen in the car, the lead biker approached, his boots crunching on the gravel. He tapped the hood with a gloved hand, his expression unreadable under the dim glow of their headlights. "Out of the car," he commanded, his voice low but firm. Maya glanced at Sarah, shaking her head. "Don't," she mouthed, her voice barely a whisper. But before they could react, another biker moved to the driver's side, yanking at the locked door handle with a sneer. Just as the tension reached a breaking point, the faint sound of tires skidding on the asphalt echoed in the distance. A truck's headlights appeared, cutting through the darkness like a beacon. The bikers hesitated, their confidence flickering for the first time.